We got 2 out of that 155-gallon drum. It didn't cost me anything. I picked it up along the road in a secret spot. Hi guys, Russ here from Finalizing Cattle Company. Today we're gonna build a couple more stock tanks. I have lots of stock tanks here on the farm, but I prefer the 55-gallon drum cut in half stock tanks, so that's what we're gonna build. We're gonna build 3 of them actually. We're gonna build 1 for the sheep and 2 more for the cows. I think Emmy would appreciate it. She really likes these tanks because they're easy to flip and very, very portable. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. Previous video, we went ahead and rolled some bands that will fit on the stock tanks. And what we're gonna do here is set out. What you doing? Huh? Come on, say hello. Say hello. Come on. Say hello. You're a good boy, huh? You're a good boy. Yes. Okay, guys, the stock tank that we're building today, I put a band around it just to help keep its form a little bit better. This stock tank here was built with no welding whatsoever. Now, however, the ones that we're going to build today are going to be welded, but I just wanted to show you that you don't have to weld it in order to build it. And you don't have to roll a band either. I just took and I bent the handle and then I bolted it on. And then the band, I just went around it. I took a pair of vice grips, held it down there and bent the band around and then bolted it on. So, you know, that's pretty easy, you know. And then we're going to go ahead and put a cage in. All my tanks have a cage around the valve. The livestock love to mess with valves, and there's nothing worse than going out and having the valve knocked out of the tank. So, and then we'll also put support for the valve. All my tanks have a valve support. This one here is made out of steel. I guess it's 1/8-inch plate steel. You don't have to use that. I've used a lot of 55-gallon drum material. It works just as well. I had a piece laying here. This here works is just as well as the plate. You just need something to help support that valve, because whenever it's hot, and even in like the Rubbermaid tanks and stuff, if you don't support it, the valve has the tendency to want to roll up whenever it gets good and hot out. So let's go ahead and bend our handles. Over here's the tank that the tanks we're going to use. This is the first time that I've ever used a tank. I'm short on tubs or short on 55-gallon drums, so what I did is I cut the top. I'm going to use the top of this as well as the bottom part, just because I have a shortage of barrels. I'm having a hard time finding barrels, so it is what it is. We'll make it work. We're back here on our bender that we built. I'm going to weld 4 handles on each tank. It's kind of convenient to have lots of handles, so we'll go ahead and do that. You want handles similar to this, and I cut my material. It's 1 inch by 1/16 flat bar, and I cut them 7 inches long. see that mark right there? That's the mark whenever I bend it to begin with. That way I don't have to measure every time I go to bend a piece. I want our handles to look something like that. And we just need to bend 12 of them. Got all the handles made, and then I also made cages, cut and drilled for the cages on the inside of the tank. This cage right here. Had pretty good luck with this. Takes a piece of flat bar, inch by 1/16, 20 inches long, and then this here is a piece that's 16 inches long that lays on top of that like that. Now I'm going to weld these, but you can of course you can drill them and put a bolt in them. So I'm going to go ahead and get this welded up. I need to mark my band. I'm going to put 4 handles on each one, something like that. Okay guys, we're fitting bands to the tanks now. We got those welded up. Basically what I do is I just bend the 2 ears on the band and put a 1/4 inch bolt in and put it on there. Now we have to bolt the band to the tank itself because it does have the tendency to want to slip. So we'll just put a band, we'll put a bolt by each handle. Got 4 handles on these. That way we can dump them. Now the last one I did, I put the handles like this and the valve was here. So that means, pretend this here's the fence. Whenever it's up against the fence, I end up trying to dump it like that. So on these ones, I'm going to put the valve over top of one of the handles or underneath one of the handles. That way I can just dump it from the side. Makes life a lot easier that way. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and fit this band, and I'll show you how to do that. It's not real difficult if you know what you're doing. I'm going to go ahead and paint these ones. None of the other ones that I have are painted. See here, I just put the band on there, mark it, and I'll cut it off there. I'll cut this one off at the mark, and then this one here I'll add an inch to the mark, and that will make it just right for a 1 inch, 1/4 inch bolt. Okay guys, we've got our tanks done here. I didn't put the valves in them yet because, well, you can see where I got whacked by the drill. I didn't put the valves in them yet because I'm waiting for my needle valves to put in the side to make these. I was gonna just leave them summer valves, but you know, I'd rather put the needle valve in for winter and be done with it, and then instead of having to tear them back out later in the fall and replacing them whenever the time is not convenient. So we got them together. We got our rings on them. We got 2 out of that 155 gallon drum. It didn't cost me anything. I picked it up along the road in a secret spot that I get stuff. I got a tote there and a ton of wood. They just put stuff out along the road that, you know, they no longer want. But there they are. That's the top one. It's got the 2 bungs in it. Not ideal, but I think it's going to work just fine. I don't think it's really going to make that much of a difference. So, and I have my overflows in them. Put my overflow in for winter time. Just trying to think ahead a little bit. You know how that is. But there it is. We got them done, and then here's the one we did for the sheep. It turned out pretty good. Emmy's pretty excited because she really likes these. She's seen it tonight, and I told her what I was doing with it, so she's pretty excited. Now we'll only fill this halfway probably, so there'll only be 3 or 4 gallons of water in here. And let me measure it so you guys have an idea how deep that is. It's 9 inches deep, and we're only going to fill it maybe to 5 inches at the most, probably. So I wanted to do a 30-gallon drum for the sheep, but I don't have one, so this is going to have to be the next best, and I can't find one. I'm not willing to go out. And please subscribe, like, comment, share with a friend, hit that notification bell. If you'd like to donate to the channel, there's a link in the description below. We also have our Amazon storefront. If you are looking for the valves, the washers, the bolts, the nuts, I have that listed in my Amazon storefront. The valve is in livestock waters, and then I believe I have the stainless steel bolts on. It's listed under bolts and nuts. So there you go, guys. You know, you don't have to be a welder to make this. Just a reminder. Just a reminder, you don't have to be a welder to build this. This here, I just put the ears on the metal and bolted it to the tank. Only got 2 handles on this one. And then I didn't even put ears on the band for this. I just lapped it over and bolted it together. And this is the first tank that I built like this, and it's lasted me a long time. It's been a good tank. But that's what she looks like with the valve in it. We've got our winter overflow in it. So there you go, guys. Have a wonderful day.